We good to go, Fred.
Let's get it.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Talking While Black podcast. I'm here on this glorious, well, it's not so glorious, this gloomy ass Saturday with my co-host, John Norris.
What up, y'all? It's just another day in Cleveland. We only get very few sunny days.
Chuck.
Let it rain. You can't stop it.
Clear it out.
And Joe.
What's goody?
Man, like, where the fuck summer been at? That's what I want to know. This don't even
Facts,
feel
it don't feel like
summer.
it at all.
Like, this summer's weather been ass.
Stop.
It just started.
Stop.
On the calendar, it just started.
At least
listen.
sunny in a little bit.
No, I'm telling y'all to stop.
Right.
I'm telling you to stop.
We live in a place where we get 6 months of snow.
But summer never started this.
No,
it never been like gloomy.
Bro, I don't care.
Cool.
I don't care.
I agree with you.
I will take this.
Joe Wright.
Over these 6 months of snow
Joe
that
Wright,
we're about to experience.
Because
you know,
driving in it, bruh.
December,
He right.
January, February, March, April. We had snow in May. Let's not forget.
Let's go slap.
We had snow in May. We had snow for 6 months.
That
Okay,
wind.
Stephen A.
And then last year, we had snow for 6 months.
Yeah.
I am not tripping what the weather want to weather in the summertime. As long as it's not snowing.
Look at that.
Jared. You
Where's
know how,
the sun?
Bro, you know
I'm
how.
gonna be honest with you. It's not even the weather, bro. It's Canada.
But that's
where
over
the
with.
sun. It ain't over.
Is it?
It's still out here.
Is it?
It still be hazy. I work downtown.
Just because
bro.
the snow
It's still
leaves our
hazy
area.
still.
I mean, the smoke leaves our area.
No, it's still there, bro.
It's still there.
Man,
But we can't complain about the summer.
Somebody called
My Clevelanders. Right. We cannot complain about the summer because we know how tough the winter gets.
I'm about to look up the air quality.
That's very true.
In Cleveland right now.
Summer's on vacation.
No, we good.
It's got a passport and went overseas.
We good. Look, we got green. It's over with.
Summer on vacation.
But there's still trauma.
It's trauma
because we know we know once we lose this weather, what the other side of the forest.
Once it get nice,
I don't want snow, but I want it a little bit better.
Very shortly.
It doesn't seem like summer. I understand what you're saying, Fred, about the snow and stuff. The 6 month of winters, like we north of the wall in Game of Thrones and shit like that. The land of always winter.
Shout out to
Jon Snow.
You did all that for what?
We just left winter.
But
we just left winter.
Sunny. You know how it usually be by Memorial Day?
Bro, we just left winter.
You know how it usually be by Memorial Day?
He is speaking facts.
Like we just left winter.
It's 60 degrees right
and
now.
I'm okay with that. Because it could be snow on the ground.
We are going to go.
We have spring.
We know it's going to be snow.
And I'm okay with that.
I'm not okay with that.
This isn't Texas. This isn't Alabama.
But our summertimes usually be.
We ain't even have spring.
It's not even July yet.
I'm
telling you, July and August are gonna slap.
But I'm telling you,
July, August, and September are gonna slap.
You can't tell me this is different because by Memorial Day, this shit would have been all cleared up.
You're right.
By Memorial Day,
but
and it's about to be the 4th. Next week,
but
not next week.
We still have July gonna slap. August gonna slap. Listen. July gonna slap. August is gonna slap. No, it's not hoping. We know for a fact August is gonna slap with the heat.
Oh no!
Like how it looks right now, August is gonna slap.
August always slaps.
July, we'll probably get it like mid-July, and we'll probably get like the first. Listen, we'll probably get the second part. I mean the first part of September. Yeah, so the second part of July,
maybe to extend a little.
All of August.
Yeah.
But once December hits. Once that snow drops.
October.
It's not October.
Once Halloween.
But I agree with you. August always slaps with the heat. In
like
the first half of
Halloween,
September, that shit like
I will take all of this
slaps the heat.
because once winter comes, my birthday's in May. So Jerry's birthday's in November.
Yep.
Mine is in May.
Me too.
Shout out to the Tauruses and Geminis.
Yes, sir.
But for me, I love the fall.
Say shout out to Scorpios.
I'm just saying your birthday closer to the cold time. That's what I'm saying. Like,
though.
I
knew I felt the cold whenever he walk in the room.
I hate the cold. Like wintertime, I cannot stand it.
Negative Jared.
Negative Jared. Hey, that's hard.
That should be the new Instagram
name, right?
Negative Jared. Enter your villain art.
I thought it was the Rage at first.
Oh yeah.
We 5 minutes in. What's up, Fred?
Hey man, we got a lot of topics to get to and not enough time. But we're first gonna talk about this Gunna album that released, A Gift and a Curse. This man beating all them allegations. Like, I fuck what y'all saying. I'm dropping good music still. I mean, I don't need no features. Sorry. No, I'm right. J. Cole.
No. Is it that is he saying he doesn't want features?
No.
Or is it like people like I'm cool?
People definitely saying I'm cool.
But to be honest, I feel like he took that. Well, I'm gonna say this: Gunna really knows how to pick beats, and he knows how to ride beats. So I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not the whole family. So I'm not gonna sit here and say he took that negative energy and flipped it into a great album because this is what he does.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Like he know how to ride beats. He know how to create his moments on beats. This shit tough.
Not only he pushing, he dropping videos for damn near every song.
I ain't gonna lie though. I think that's just a thing now.
A lot of people are doing that.
Yeah.
What? But dropping videos.
Yeah.
Even if it's like everything. Whether it's like a video with a green screen or if it's just like
somebody like a vlog.
Right.
Somebody just standing there rocking side to side. This video.
But shout out to him though, man. The music, I never thought the music was gonna lack. I mean, he do what he do.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not in the gangster lifestyle. I got a typical 9 to 5 with benefits.
He snitch on me, like I said.
Like right. So for me, it was a great piece of work.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like the only people should be upset is the people in the industry or involved or whatever. Like, I can't work. I mean, like it's too many taxpayers that's mad at.
And then even that,
I don't feel like no one's mad at him now.
Even if you in the industry, like half the time y'all be lying half the way.
Right. Anyway, and half the time y'all not gangsters for real.
And y'all not gonna pass up on money.
You're just a bunch of dummies. You're just a bunch of John Morants.
In other words,
money and now I'm about to act like a fool.
Right.
Is industry in the streets or is it in the streets industry?
You're right.
Like
put your comments in there.
I'm not.
There's very few people.
My school was in the hood, but I wasn't. Or like I was in the streets. Like
we're trying to be.
Facts.
Trying to be.
But if you bring it this way,
right,
we know what to do.
Yeah.
Just want to put that out there.
Like,
black responsibility.
But shout out to Gunna, man. This album, like, hey, man, it changed everybody's perspective. Like, people who was making jokes about him being rap.
Right, what you
saying, like, yo, the music is fine.
What you gonna do when you at a party or you at your friend's house kicking it and this come on, bro? I mean, you still gonna be sitting over there with a sad hater face?
Right.
You about to go to the bathroom till the song over or what I mean, he fired with it. I mean, he really ain't.
And then to be completely honest, he was signed. He wasn't a part of none of that shit.
Exactly. He was an artist, not doing no street nothing.
He got caught. I mean, I ain't gonna say caught slipping, but y'all pulled him into this shit.
Yeah.
All y'all had to do was change your album, your record label name.
Record label name.
Away from your gang name.
And that's why I don't understand. Y'all own record label and making money and still doing this shit.
Facts.
Like that's what's just crazy.
Black people, this is the problem.
They have
this is the problem.
They have to be up.
But
like,
going back
I'm serious. Black people, this is the problem. Like,
what's the problem, Joe?
We too many times we got to get it out the mud. Sometimes a lot of cases, and it's pretty much respected. If you got to get it out the mud, certain opportunities aren't allotted to you because of your hierarchy on the totem pole. So you got to figure out unique ways to get your money up. But once you get to that position where you can put yourself in a better position, why are we still working backwards?
Once you out the mud and on the car.
And then, or you have outside people saying, you changed, bro.
And it's okay. Like, one thing, a wise woman once told me, the only thing constant in life is change. So, yes, you're going to change in life. We're not how we were as children. We may have some similar tendencies, but as life, you're supposed to elevate and change.
Yeah, I mean,
like I got
evolution. That's just life.
You got kids now.
Yeah,
you're not moving how you used to move. It's still there,
right?
But you're not moving like you used to move.
It's there, but exactly.
Bro, like that's AKA Kratos.
You feel me?
Like he ain't moving like. I like that. It's still there though.
Right, but it's just an ignorant way of thinking. If I'm just supposed to stay this person.
And let's use this as an example. How many people was Thug impacting positively?
Right.
How many people was living off that man? Not in the bad. We're not about to put it in a bad way because, like Joe said, economically in our situations, everybody can't be that one. But that one made it, and now how many people are struggling off of it now?
Yeah, that's the thing too.
Because he's gone.
And I remember that's one of the first things that was brought up when this Rico YSL case was happening. It was like so many people was eating from this shit, and now this shit just
And now those kids and those people.
Right.
Now they got to get it out the mud again.
Yeah, out the mud.
But it's I'm not blaming the system because they doing what they do.
Right.
We got to be better and not put ourselves in them situations, bro. And just
it ain't what you do, it's how you do it.
Yeah.
But this is a whole nother conversation.
Because we already know, people not of our demographic is doing dirt.
Yeah.
Just like that, famous and rich and everything. But
bro,
like Chuck said. Gotta be a little smarter, bro.
I just saw this.
And we can't afford to be doing it.
I just saw this breakdown of like crimes versus like white men and like African Americans, and that shit just like tenfold.
Oh yeah, there's way more.
Except for
them, but
except for robbery.
What robs some niggas real quick?
Yeah.
But they're robbing niggas too. But they
like rape. No, there's burglary. Burglary.
So my question is, what's the difference between robbery and burglary?
Robbery is like
gun,
giving you your money and stuff. Burglary, going in the house.
I'm just taking your
like
shit.
That. Yeah, stuff like
breaking entry versus strong arm.
I got you. Yeah.
And rape, killing, and stuff like that.
That's all white people.
White.
I mean, right.
Car theft too. All that shit. Yeah, even car theft.
So there's
carjacking.
There's first skin key awards.
Probably. Hey.
Mazda pals.
They caught a lot of them.
I saw this documentary about when they first got like blood or like Crip into Arkansas. And it was just nothing but like white people. Like
playing a part.
Yeah.
Playing a
Big
part.
B's. Big and back.
Yeah. And then how Little Rock just got like so bad and stuff. Yeah.
Hogs and dogs.
Bruh. But anyway, moving on.
What's next up?
Gears and frogs.
So this week, Young Thug released his album, Business is Business. I must say, I got hyped at the first track. I was excited at the first track.
Was Slide.
And then after that immediately left. Shortly after.
I'm gonna put it this way.
It's fine. It's a fine album. It's not bad.
It's cool.
But I probably won't listen to it.
But see, for me, it's cool. But see, for me, it's different because when everybody else was on Thug, I was just like, I don't understand what he's saying. I was never a huge Thug fan to begin with. So now I hear I say, I kind of can hear what people was hearing. But I'm like 10 years late. I wasn't vibing with him then. But I said, I kind of can hear. He's pretty creative. But like Jared said, it's just like it feels like an album full of throwaway tracks, which it probably is. I mean, he hasn't been free for a long time, so these could have just been throwaway tracks. Some of them he probably was working on, and I feel like you could tell the difference.
Yeah,
which ones was probably gonna be on the album anyway, and then which ones was just like, okay, we gotta put something out because it's legal. Man, that money gotta be getting
right. Yeah. That's why I feel like all these tracks is old. Unless music technology engineering just got so good, you can't make a nigga sound like he on the phone rapping.
Right, Metro is the GOAT. Like
Metro's the GOAT.
He made all this from the.
But nowadays it's like this. If you ain't got a timestamp on it, you don't never know. This could be like you said, 5-6 years ago.
But that's fun fact. That's the music industry.
Yeah.
I was looking at something on YouTube in relation to Kendrick Lamar. They was like, Kendrick Lamar don't really do too many features, and they made mention of what was the most recent feature he had? Were they talking about with Baby King?
The Beyonce one.
Yeah, I think it might have been.
It was the Beyonce one.
America Has a Problem.
And long story short, they were saying like that track's pretty old. Mm-hmm. That verse.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Yeah,
that verse is pretty old.
You got to think.
And they were just explaining like. Long story short, like a lot of artists make some music and just hold on to it for years
and
wait for the right moment. It fits this moment. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised. And actually, I low-key want to knock on wood and say like a lot of this shit was some older stuff.
Yeah.
What people need to realize is music is an art.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just like artists make.
Oh, don't get me started.
Artists make paintings or drawings or whatever, abstract art for years, and all of a sudden, hey, this 10-year-old portrait somebody see it, oh my God, it become that thing been around, just sitting in a studio or whatever for the moment.
It's not until they die. It's be like, oh, let me
That's
get
the
that.
worst part.
Let me pay like $1.3 billion for that picture.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's a shame.
People just don't.
People are always worth more in death, which is crazy to me.
But shout out to you, Thugger. I hope everything work out how I need to work out.
Yeah,
for the sake of everybody.
What's next up on this thing?
So Lil Baby and Gucci made a diss song to Gunna on Bluffy. Well, it's a diss song, but like I don't know, that shit didn't hit to me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
There was definitely not any extreme shots,
but it was.
But I just feel like that's how
a couple jabs.
There's a couple
light jabs, like for real.
If it was like social media would explode. Like I didn't even see that.
I feel for real, like y'all know me. Mm-hmm. I fucks with Lil Baby. Mm-hmm. I really couldn't understand too much of what he was saying. I didn't really like the auto.
To be honest, that was it sounded like he was drunk.
I was about to say he sounded like he was scissored up. On auto-tune. It sounded like he was
like he got paid to do a track, so we hopped on the track.
That was weird.
And I'm okay with that.
He was slurring a lot. I'm like, yo,
it was very, it was bad.
Yeah, auto-tune wasn't it either.
So I was trying to listen. Like, is this a diss? Is he throwing shots? Like, because usually some shit like
and Gucci wasn't
Drake and Pusha T like from back in the day.
Gucci wasn't.
I'm talking about you.
Gucci wasn't really beefing with nobody. It just he capitalized. He's gonna make money whenever he can. So
they got Pusha T got into another little beef thing
with
Jim Jones.
That's what I wanted to go into. I forgot about that.
That's hilarious.
But you know what's funny? Like Jim Jones already released a diss track, and then Pusha T didn't release the album yet.
And already got a diss track already. Did they do?
But we haven't heard it. But the Jim Jones, like he put like the snippet and stuff.
Jim Jones has a
diss track. So you know, it's just like that Drewski. It's just like that Drewski's clip. We got him, boys. We got him. That's what Pusha T said. We got him.
Pusha T's thing was introduced at the little fashion week they had, and he was on the runway when it was coming down. I guess Jay-Z was the witness to it, and it was like Jay-Z's reaction to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. If it was something,
and this is the one thing that I will say about Pusha T, and everybody should have noticed this with the Drake thing. It's yes, in some people's minds, Pusha T is irrelevant, but just imagine Pusha T, of all people, think of all the people that came and tried to take Drake down. We had Meek Mill when he was at his hottest.
He was the one to do it.
Multiple people. Pusha T out of nowhere. We already know he's savage, bro. We already know this.
Why y'all keep messing with this man?
Bro, we already know this what he does.
Yeah.
And it's summertime too.
And
he been said this. He been saying it, and everybody like, oh, Pusha T ain't got money like that. But he says it in his music. I'm on another level than y'all. What people really give him credit for. He did it at Paris Fashion Week, bro. That is a high standard for a lot of people. Like he don't play. He literally say it's not like an Instagram clip. He don't play with you.
You're right.
So what are you thinking of, bro?
Right.
Like, I hate to say it because we know Jim Jones from when we know Dipset. We know, you know what I'm saying? We was
I'm not gonna lie, Jim Jones was the weakest member in Dipset.
Oh, I feel like he talked a lot.
Not credibility, but bars.
I feel like he talked a lot.
But a lot of people know Jim Jones from reality TV.
So let's not forget about the elephant in the room that these motherfuckers still, I get it, you got PTSD from the body and y'all got in the verses.
With JD.
Man, facts.
You know, that's all the boys got
to. Y'all trying to prove yourselves and got it.
It all started from disrespect and push up for no reason.
And all it's boiling down to is still, y'all don't got it. And I mean, y'all had y'all run.
Pretty much Jewels.
You know.
When it became Dipset days, it pretty much was Jewels carried y'all. And he was a
Jewels, and what was my dude? Jewels and JR
was cool, even though
JR had the bars.
Yeah, JR.
But he was underrated. But JR had the bars. Jewels was the face. Jim Jones was the mouthpiece. Cameron was just Cameron.
Everybody knew what Cameron was.
Yeah, Cameron was the face on the like.
Oh yeah.
This is Dipset, but Jim Jones was like, alright. He the face, but I'm the face.
Yeah, true. And we already know Cameron, he still you used to say all the time.
But that's the thing.
His lyrics from Mother Goose Bullets.
Hokey pokey, artichokey.
But
Mother Goose.
But I'm gonna be
Let
honest.
him loose.
I'm gonna be honest. If you listen to Cameron before that, Cameron had bars though.
No, he didn't. But
what was that one song he had?
I feel like that was just his thing though.
Damn, it kind of gave you like, I want to lick you from the head to your toes type vibe. Damn. It's like, it's a music video. It's at nighttime. It's a stripper in there.
Do it or not?
Yeah.
Touch it or not.
Touch it or not.
Yeah.
Like that.
No, he
shit.
had some songs. Horse and Carriage with Mace when he
yeah,
first came out.
yeah.
He was
Before he got with
he was lyrical, but then
I
you know,
feel like
at that point he was just like,
that's
okay,
just his
he had
tag.
Jewels, do his thing. He just be playing.
I feel like that was his tag,
but he moved on.
He definitely
look.
did.
He's successful right now.
Right.
Him
and Mace got a podcast.
Jim Payton.
That should be
Pause.
But
right.
I love that podcast.
Moving on, I guess people are upset that LeBron had rubbed Rihanna's stomach, her baby stomach.
For him not to be in the finals, a lot of people got a lot of shit to say about LeBron.
No, right? I think people just bored or some shit like
Giggity.
that.
People pretty much haters.
Like,
but when I first
who
heard
doesn't
this,
rub the pregnant? I mean,
right.
if you're cool with her, you can't do it. If you fuck with the lady, y'all cool.
And even still, like,
not fuck
if you
like
come
that,
off, if you come off with the right type of energy,
right?
Like that's just like, oh, you pregnant? Rub the belly.
Not saying you some type of stranger, like
that's the thing. That's what I was
like.
saying.
You ain't walking up to a random person like rub the belly.
Like,
yeah, right. I'm gonna be honest. That's when we first heard it. Me and T was in the car together, and it was on the sports. I'm like, what? And then I talked to her. I said, well, you know how when you was pregnant before, you ain't random people not supposed to just
right.
Because I'm a big proponent of people do shit that you don't know they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Rub
like,
the belly, some people straight left.
Right. Some people in the witchcraft. Some people in the your spirits, bro. Keep it to yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but like y'all said, I said, well, is LeBron and Rihanna really tight like that? Then maybe it was cool.
Bruh, at the same time,
you know what I'm saying?
We know Rihanna was a big fan of LeBron.
That's the thing that's like weird. That's the part that's weird. That is the weirdest part.
That's the weirdest part. I mean, that's what makes sense to me.
To me, I understand fandom. But some of the stuff went a little far.
But fandom different when you.
I mean, with celebrity and stuff like
LeBron don't know Jay-Z, but apparently they best friends. I ain't gonna say they best friends, but not him and Jay-Z, him and Drake. You feel me? Like, I'm pretty sure their paths never crossed as they were making their
Jay-Z and Drake.
No, I meant to say LeBron and Drake.
Okay.
As they're making their ascent, yeah.
As they're making their ascent to the top, they're you know, but eventually at one point they just like, go, friend. Right. And I think that's kind of like what that was. Like, Rihanna, call it what you want, Anti pushed her up there.
Yeah.
Like, she in the conversation. I ain't saying she go, but she in the conversation.
Oh, she was in the conversation where people was like so pissed at her she wouldn't drop music. So
like,
when you at that point,
Prince, Dr. Dre, Rihanna. Like, when the album coming? Yeah. That's the conversation they in.
Right.
When the album coming?
That's true.
So that, and then you meet LeBron. You're a fan of mine. You pulled up to a couple of my games in the finals.
I mean,
rub the belly.
She had 23 wrote on her belly before she was.
Hey, that's something ASAP got to deal with.
That was a little bit.
That's something ASAP got to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, but that was before ASAP.
I mean, but honest, we ain't trying to start.
We
are not messy here. But what is ASAP? She's 6'8", 6'9".
He ain't that tall.
Not ASAP.
Oh, you talking about LeBron?
Oh, you talking about LeBron?
I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm about to say,
you're making those phone calls.
I feel like ASAP
people that can handle that.
5'9".
He probably cool as fuck though.
Yeah, he probably is cool.
He probably like, hey, shit, you cool with me?
You're right.
Man, you the goat.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, she was just a big fan of LeBron. She called him his cousin or whatever and stuff like that. I don't think too much nothing.
In other words, we'll find out.
I'm not tripping over
all the questions will be answered in 9 months.
But I can say as LeBron,
a couple months actually.
LeBron,
Oh wow!
I would say LeBron.
I wouldn't go say nothing.
He's a strong person. He a strong-willed man. Like for real. Like I know shit just come at him.
All right, next topic. Right. We're just gonna move on. From there.
I'm just saying. You know.
Well, that was a nice segue to sports.
Aggressive segue.
Not yet.
Don't get too aggressive though.
Not yet, but so apparently, Gunplay had released his GoFundMe to help out his child.
Wait. For the people that don't know, who is Gunplay?
Gunplay, he's a rapper on MMG. Maybach Music Group.
The only one left.
Yeah, he's the only one left.
Probably.
If that.
Probably.
If that.
Is MMG even a thing anymore?
Man, MMG like Silverman's.
No, better yet, y'all didn't know. Y'all didn't know. Honestly,
but y'all out there, Silverman's is like K-Bar.
No,
he was rooting for you.
This is actual. This is actual fact.
Lyrically better than Young Money, but where's Young Money now too? So
Young Money switched
over
the.
Though? I just hit you with the Drewski. What do you mean?
I mean lyrically.
I mean, who though?
Shit. All of them, just about.
We ain't talking about Lil Twist, Lil Twist.
Wait. We're gonna take Lil Wayne and we're gonna take Rick Ross out the picture.
Lil Wayne.
You got Young Money and you got MMG. Mm-hmm. You got Meek Mills. You got Stanley.
Starley. Oh, yeah. Starley was.
And you got Gunplay versus.
Nope, Wale.
Ooh, you got Wale. That's one.
Yeah.
You got two.
I get what
wait.
I get
Okay.
what you're saying.
So we got MMG.
I mean, dang.
But then you got J Mills. J Mills got bars.
Yeah.
You got Tiger at that time, Jay. At that time.
Bro, at that time, Tiger was the man on mixtapes, bro. Let's not. He had some bars, bro.
But flow wise. Flow.
I don't know, but who else?
Wait.
I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
Gotta have some quotables.
You had
hate on him.
Let's just keep wait.
And Young Money, you had quotables like flow.
I'm tripping. You said Wale, Stanley, Gunplay, Meek, Drake.
Yeah, of course.
Nicki.
Yeah.
That's shitting on all four of them.
Whoa.
Yes.
Me. Wale.
Yes.
No.
Drake.
No.
So you telling me
you're not about to act like
Drake? I'm not talking about Drake now. I'm talking about Drake then.
Flow, or are we talking about?
I was talking about flow specifically.
You talking about flow specifically?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me backtrack.
Lyricist wise, yeah. I mean,
lyricist wise, Drake and Nicki shitting on everybody but Wale. They shit on everybody but Wale. They shit on everybody but Wale.
He said Safari,
baby.
If you talking about lyrically,
I mean, let's be honest. Once he left the picture,
who?
Nicki wasn't the same.
All right, Brian, can we get to the topic though?
Yeah.
You on the tangent.
But to answer the question, what happened to MMG? MMG transitioned into the Checker/Wingstop music group.
Pretty much. He put all his efforts into that.
And all the team members you all just mentioned are management packets in Checkers and Wingstop.
Right.
But
shout out to Wale, man.
Facts.
Just because
is he still
you dope, bro?
No.
Okay.
He do his own thing, but he really into fashion now.
Yeah, I know that.
Dope.
But
all right. But so Gunplay put up GoFundMe for his daughter because to pay the medical bills and things of that nature.
Actually, he says that it was his wife in the panic of them finding out that she had cancer. Their daughter had cancer. She put a GoFundMe up. He says that he had money. Doesn't know why she did it, but she did it, and that's your daughter. You feel some type of way. I'm not going to tell her to take it down. That's what he said.
Can I be honest? I'm believing the wife.
Yeah, because why would she put it up anyway?
Because
he said in a panic.
But
as a married man, there are moments where my wife goes over me to do something that she feels is right at the time, and then we come back and I'll be like, bro, why you do that?
But on the flip side, I feel like
that's happened.
But on the flip side, and if I could just be honest, I don't think you're the type of man that would let ego play a part in it.
Oh no.
And unfortunately, you have men in society,
right.
Like we all consider ourselves good black men. You feel me? But unfortunately, you got other black men in society that do allow egos.
Right, when you're a gangster rapper and you have
so in that moment, from hearing from what y'all said, like I'm low key believing a wife. Like he might have just let his ego get the best of him. We got the bread. Well, if y'all got the bread, your wife would know y'all got the bread.
But yeah,
I get what you.
So
you feel me? Like as a man, like if you in that position, your wife gonna know you in that position.
That's what I'm saying. She gonna feel like she's secure. That's what I'm gonna say. But to like go further and deeper,
no man bashing.
No, you're good.
The fans.
That was a great explanation.
The fans want their refund simply for the fact. If you ever heard like over these past couple last month
or so,
DJ Envy and Rick Ross been going at each other about each other's car show. It got a little personal. DJ Envy was like, "Well, if you so much the boss and your people straight, why does Gunplay have to put up their GoFundMe for that?" So people was like, "Oh shit, he might be spinning so fast." So Gunplay went to Rick Ross, bought him a chain and gave it to him just for like all the shit he did for him and helped him out. So now fans like, "Oh, you bought him a chain? You go for some medical bills. Right. Like, we want a refund on our GoFundMe." So that's what it's looking like now with Gunplay.
That's what it looks like, but I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm not mistaken, when I first heard about the situation with his daughter, that was at least 3 years ago.
That should be the president and all of this.
Maybe 4 years ago. I mean, what's to say the man needed it then, and now the man is up. He could have made business ventures, or he could have got a advance from Raw. I mean, who knows?
So this was years ago when he put the first.
When I remember, if I remember correctly, I remember hearing it. One of the hip hop blogs or whatever put it out that his daughter was sick.
But you know what foreshadowed all that? All the motherfucking shit he was catching during that time. That's all you really hear about. All the
if I'm not mistaken, it was around the time where G Unit jumped him.
Exactly.
It was around
all the bullshit that was going on like that.
It probably was for his medical bills from getting.
I didn't say that, Jared. You being messy.
Okay, I'm just.
Hold on. Jared is letting her Herradura talk right now.
No, I'm just messing.
Yeah, Jared tripping.
I mean, it's one of them. It's one of them evaluations. I don't know. It can honestly, at the end of the day,
but
it's an argument about fucking car shows.
Yeah, like, come on, man. We took it to something.
How did it get this personal?
Right, it got something personal, and then
it got this personal because
to it.
Let's just keep it real.
Rick Ross put his wife and kids, EJ wife and kids in it first. He's like, "See, this is my party.
That was wrong.
This is where I'm going to have my kids."
But this is just where it's at right here. You talking about two black men, and let's just break this down.
A shame, bro.
You already know how DJ Envy get down. His little track record with shit. He could be the. I mean, I put him in the same category as academics. You know what I'm saying? And Rick, yes. Envy has a track record. Envy has a track record.
I'm listening.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Hey, all our listeners, blow this up because we got stuff we want to say to that man.
I mean, for real, this shit just crazy as fuck. It's like he gets into it with people, and it gets to that motherfucker where it's a petty party. We talking about pillowcases and satin sheets.
He always leans on his wealth.
It definitely gets into a petty party when I mean, DJ Envy might be.
And we ain't talking about. We ain't about to get no motherfucking gunplay. I mean, shout out to gunplay, but there ain't gonna be no pistol, nothing like that. It's gonna be pillow fights.
That thing too, though, like he put that conversation when they apologized, when Envy apologized. He recorded that shit on IG and then posted it. Like, damn, bro, like
he went to the petty levels of Mr. Petty himself.
I guess. See, I'm never that petty.
The story of war. I mean, that's the art of war, bro. Who go do it first?
Exactly.
And that's what it happens, and it's just.
But at the same time,
that man had nothing to do with none of this, though.
But at the same time, he didn't talk about that man. He was speaking on him about Rick Ross, like.
Yeah, but you still brought his baby and his wife into it, bro.
But he
had nothing to do with.
I don't know.
He could have left it ambiguous.
He could have left it ambiguous.
You know what I mean? He could have been like,
no names.
Yeah, he could have been like, bro, you supposed to be a boss, but you know that one situation you ain't take care of your people.
Right.
That's all you have to say.
You right.
You said the man name. You know.
Mm-hmm. You right about that. Speaking of people being bosses, it's a feud between Russell Simmons and Kamara Lee. Like, it's been ongoing. I guess Russell Simmons was upset at first. Because Kamara Lee and Russell Simmons, they had like 2 daughters, whatever. They ended up saying Happy Father's Day to her, Kamara Lee, instead of Russell Simmons. And that got him all in the fits, and then like saying he's going to like take away things of that nature, like giving away, not spending them allowance and things of that
Take
nature.
care of your kids.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
We was just talking about ego and
he let ego get away. Take care. And at the same time, I feel like if you was doing your job, they would definitely would have said Happy Father's Day to you regardless.
Facts.
Yeah.
Right. That can be the only thing that come from.
Mm-hmm. But let's not forget.
Don't take care of your responsibility because
if
most of the time they're going to say
Happy Father's
If we can
Day.
just be honest,
I'm just
us
sad
as
to
a
see
society,
seeing
I'm gonna just keep it to our demographic, black people. Us as a society, we put so much energy, and I'm a product of it. But we put so much when it comes to children and just how society looks at us. We put so much energy into these gender roles, but in this situation specifically, take care of your kids. Whatever you going like as a man, as a woman, as a human being with a child, take care of your responsibilities and take care of these children. There should not be a situation. I don't care what the baby mama got going on. I don't care what position you done put your kids to have this certain opinion that they have as an adult human being. Take care of your kids.
Like they should be even question.
I don't even care. I don't care. I don't care if they spoiled. I don't care if they bougie. Kids did not ask to be here. So however they end up being, that is a product of you. Whether you a parent, you an educator, however you present yourself, and however you present the world to these children, that is how they are going to be. So even if you feel like they spoiled, that's still your child. Take care of them.
Right.
Even if you can only give them $200, you better take care of your children. Like there should be no reason for a child to get on social media and say Happy Father's Day to their mother instead of you. What are you doing or not doing that make them? I don't care if they're in college.
Question that shit.
I don't care if they're in college.
Right.
If you feel like they need to be cut off and just venture off in the real world, say that shit. Don't just cut them off.
Supposedly he was giving the kids $500 allowance, or the oldest one who was in college $500 allowance. But then he just cut that shit off while he telling them like, "Hey, I'm in a troubled time right now. I can't do it." He just like didn't say anything. Just cut it off. Supposedly, like
communication is always key.
Like because we know people be fucked up.
And to be honest with you, man,
and that's one thing I do appreciate about the millennials.
Even if he's supposed to be a billionaire, whatever. I don't have a problem with the $500.
Yeah.
It just goes back to what Joe was saying, bruh. Like, just take care of what you're supposed to take care of, bro. And communicate with these kids. I don't have no problem with it being $500 because at the end of the day, your kids still have to learn. Even from coming from a wealthy family, they still have to learn. You get out what you put in.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to learn that at some point. So I'm not one of those people that be like, "Oh, you make this much money, man, your kids should be getting." No, they have to be taken care of. Yeah, if you have those avenues to help look out for them a little bit, because everybody do it in the world, you know what I'm saying? We know what, you know what I'm saying? And us in particular, we don't have those avenues. So when you get them, yes, do help out. But your basic thing is, if you giving your kids $500 and you can't do it, like you said, communicate it.
Yeah.
Then they will respect it. You can't just cut it off and be over in some island somewhere because the idle mind is the devil's playground is what they say. So if my dad just cut me off, but he over in the island somewhere, you start thinking all kind of crazy stuff. You know, I'm not saying that's what they doing, but you can though.
Right.
So as a man, take care of your responsibility, and then what happens after that is nothing you can do about it. But at least you know you put forth your effort to do what you're supposed to do in this world to keep your kids protected.
Right.
And to keep your kids on the right path.
That's
Real
true.
talk, this shouldn't have been on the air like that because you got so
we
many
should never know about
scenarios.
that.
Right, that's all-
So many scenarios.
Right.
People can take this shit and make freeways with it.
Exactly. And that's the one thing about.
And that's where it's going at because our cinnamon just, you know what I'm saying? I said it. Our cinnamon. And it's like, you already got your little shit going on. And now you just go, it's going to open this Pandora's box even more now with you, fam. So just take care of your business, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's why I said, like, this internal conflict with the family shit should never be on social media. Like how I got out here, like, I don't even know, but if you're flexing for the gram, pretending like you're just like this so good father who does everything like that too, like it.
And that brings me back to what we was talking about.
Of course,
with
it's going to
gunplay.
come out.
Like sometimes we let ego get the best of us. Like
Cause
a
If
woman,
that's the case, you shouldn't just say anything at all.
a woman gonna do what
If
she
you that
gonna
messed
do.
up.
She gonna do what she gonna do. Like if the
that's
shit
what she
ain't
said.
like for real, if shit ain't adding up, she gonna let that shit be known. If the shit ain't adding up, like I'm not gonna. You showed us a video during pre-pro, and she just going in, just talking about a lot of stuff he's saying just isn't true, and she has the receipts to pull it. Like if she felt secure, she wouldn't be saying this shit.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's like
And at the
this.
same time, so like you said, a woman's gonna do what she want to do. She said like so many times, like she had to help other people out. Or I'm not able to do this and stuff like this. Okay, I'm just gonna take care of it.
Right.
Because it's wild, Russ, because you like the Simmons name rings like Cosby. Not in that, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you think about it, bro, you brought clothes out. You brought financial at the time, because I was a rush card person since 04. So it's like, you brought avenues and, not to be going what the end result with that was, but it's like, you introduced avenues, and just to have this posted out, people was like, you're the man out here, you know what I'm saying?
Just being the co-founder of Def Jam.
Exactly.
Like,
your name out here ringing bells, fam. You done got a lot of foundation, and it's like, for what you got going on now in the end game, you don't want none of that brought up, bro. Straighten up, fly right, fam. Fact.
Definitely, man. Well, we hope that they get the situation figured out, things of the nature. So not be brought to like social media ever again. But moving on, man, to sports. So far, man, it's just only been a couple of weeks, and this has been a crazy ass NBA trade offseason.
So,
like,
the first thing that really broke the NBA headlines, Bradley Beal gets traded to Phoenix Suns for Chris Paul and Landry Shamet, a bag of chips, and a vintage comic book.
This is a 3-way trade deal.
No, it wasn't a 3-way.
That wasn't a 3-way trade deal?
I think that was straight up.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was. It was the next.
Yeah, I think that trade was straight up.
Yeah.
First off, I want to talk about the Wizards and how a lot of people are just blowing down on them.
Well, yeah, because
let's backtrack.
Like,
let's backtrack a little bit.
Why we rebuilding?
John Wall gets drafted. He does his thing. He's a 19-10, a 19-9 type of player overall.
Yeah.
They don't do the best, and they get Bradley Beal. Mm-hmm. You create this dynamic backcourt. I don't know where they've made it to the playoffs. I don't know if they made it to at least the second round, but they made it to the playoff.
In their mind, they made it past us.
Right. John Wall gets injured twice. Wow. Gets injured twice, and Bradley Beal has to put the team on his shoulders for a couple of seasons. They eventually make the decision. Right. They eventually make the decision to move on from John Wall and keep Bradley Beal. Mm-hmm. They don't do the best job of putting a team around Bradley Beal outside of this year. I think this year was the best season that they've tried to put a team around Bradley Beal, and that's not saying a lot. You got Kristaps Porzingis, which is, he was supposed to be the unicorn, but he's really Mitty McMixon. Mm-hmm. And then you get Kyle Kuzma and Spencer Dinwiddie. It's a lot
Frosted
of mid.
Strawberry Pop-Tarts.
It's a lot of mid, and I'm not being a hater.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of mid around this man.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a lot of mid around this man, and if I'm Bradley Beal, and you show me what you shown me, and I wake up one day and I'm like, my shoulder hurts. I don't think I'm gonna play today. Mm-hmm. Can you really get mad at him? But anywho.
I feel like people should be
this
more
man
to
put the team
organization than the Bradley.
Right, this man to put the team on his back a lot of years, and they congratulated him with this big contract, and shit's just not working out. Mm-hmm. And they're like, "Well, we'll see where you want to go." Like on some real nigga shit. This just ain't working out. Let's just start over.
He not Dave.
You feel me? Mm-hmm. But he has a no trade clause.
Mm-hmm.
So they put him in a position to go where he need to go. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But he got traded to the Suns. Chris Paul gets traded to the Wizards, then gets traded to the Warriors.
Warriors, yeah.
I think that's a D'Angelo Russell move. Part of me feel like he's going to get traded again.
Mm-hmm.
But
who's CP3?
Yes.
To the Lakers?
No, I don't know.
Again?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I feel like he's going to get traded again, at least by the trade deadline, depending on how shit's going. Depending on what goes on with Draymond. A lot of media people are saying they don't know how it's going to work because they're a moving team. But it's like Chris Paul is one of the greatest facilitators of NBA history.
Yeah. So why you even just like do that? Because Steph Curry, he's not a true point guard. He needs somebody out there to facilitate instead of Draymond.
He doesn't need someone to facilitate, but
it'd be nice.
It makes his game a little bit better when he doesn't have to worry about facilitating.
Right.
He can run 2.5 marathons instead of 2 in the game.
Like if Steph Curry was in
they didn't go to run the circles.
If Steph Curry was in like a Dan and Tony system where it was just straight north and south with your point guard, I think he would be successful and we have double-digit assists. But I don't know. Who was I watching? I think I was watching KJM, Keyshawn, Jay Williams, and Max Kellerman on ESPN. Or it was either First Take. Matter of fact, it was First Take. And Nick Wright made a great statement. We still look at Chris Paul as a starting point guard.
Yeah.
And Chris Bouchard was like, well, how can you start him at the Warriors? And in my head, I'm like, the Warriors do small ball anyway.
Right.
Chris at the 1, Curry at the 2, Clay at the 3, Wiggins at the 4, Draymond at the 5.
So Draymond center?
But it just depends. It just depends on what he does this offseason. Because if he chooses to leave, you could put Wiggins at the 4 and have Loney at the 5, which gives you a little bit of size. I don't see nothing wrong with that either. Steph Curry can still run around in his circles.
So that's the thing is because Draymond ended up opting out, but that's when Poole was still there. Now Poole was at the Wizards. So is he going?
I don't think him opting out had anything to do with Poole though.
LeBron.
No, I don't even think that had anything to do with LeBron. I think it had more so to do with let me go ahead and maximize what I can maximize. If I opt in and get injured and I go into free agency, then what? I can opt out right now, be healthy, and get a big deal, whether it's 3 or 4 years, and still be straight.
Right.
But this NBA offseason been wild.
Yeah, it's definitely been wild.
Ja got suspended for 25.
Deserved. I don't think, for real, if it was David Stern, he would have been suspended for the season.
Yeah. That's what I said. Adam Silver.
Just for the aesthetics. Like, I talk to you, and then you do it again. Like, David Stern would have suspended you for the whole season.
David Stern.
But at the same time, do you want him to suspend that long for him to get in more trouble? If he will, or you would actually learn his lesson?
But that's the thing, though. If you choose to get into more trouble, then the NBA might not be the league for you. If I'm being completely honest. Like, because no. Let's backtrack. I already talked to you once about this gun shit.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you turn around and double down whether it's a fake gun or it's a real gun. And you allow you and your team to get this shit out on social media. I already talked to you about this shit. You're a grown-ass man with grown-ass endorsements with grown-ass money.
Right.
And a fucking
I get it when people say he's a child. You gave a child a lot of money. This is to be expected.
But sometimes you have to
I'm not saying kill this man's career.
Right.
But at the same time, I already talked to you about this.
And let's talk about it real fast.
This year's done for you.
This year. Camp was saying it was a lighter gun. But
it doesn't matter.
No. But bro, that's cap. Because why didn't y'all first come out and say that after the video first?
And I'm just speaking as if
people was talking all that.
I'm speaking as if I'm talking to the team. Like, it doesn't matter. I done already talked to you about this shit.
And you brandishing it like that. If you like guns so much,
not even that. Because John Morant seems like the type of dude.
Be a gun enthusiast.
John Morant seems like the type of dude. Like, I low key feel like in this moment he just got caught slipping. He was doing some little kid shit, and his team put this shit on social media. I need a report saying
His team.
One person.
But that's a part of his team.
Part of his team.
That's all I'm just saying. The team. If I'm John Morant, or if I'm the NBA, I'm looking for a post saying John Morant has fired some people out of his team.
And that's where I'm getting at. Apparently, the person that was doing all this just got cut short. This was the same person that's been staying with him.
But at the same time, too, like, he saw him with the camera out and then decided to pull the gun out.
But to be fair, he could have just been doing some dumb shit, and they could have just been. He could have thought he was just recording some shit and saving it on his phone. And Lord knows he didn't went on Instagram Live.
Because allegedly this the same person that's been doing all the shit.
If I'm the NBA, I'm looking for something that's saying like I done changed some of the members in my team because you just cost me millions.
Right. But they're good. I mean, Nike's still selling his shoes. They're bringing out his shoes.
Because to be honest, Nike. I hear a lot of people on social media saying John Morant can beat up a little kid and put guns online, but Kyrie can put
a link to a book or some shit like that.
He shares a post and loses his endorsements, but it's different.
Like
Kyrie, you're a 30-year-old man that should know better. John Morant, you just stepped into adulthood. We're gonna give you some grace,
right?
So I get that. This should be a wake-up call for John Morant. Them acquiring another point guard while you were gone should be a wake-up call.
Right.
Like, yes, you're better than Marcus Smart.
Right.
It's evident you're better than Marcus Smart. However, Marcus Smart is going to create a culture in that locker room that you may not be able to do have the same skill set to do.
Right.
He might be able to get that locker room.
Adams.
Like, you came in there like, it's a parade inside my city,
yeah, right.
And the locker room gravitated to you. More so Dylan Brooks. They gravitated to you because this is just the type of person you are.
Right.
Marcus Smart is coming in there with grown man energy. He's going to create an atmosphere in that locker room that you may not be able to create. But you're the best player. If I was him, I would feel away.
Yeah.
And hopefully this is a wake-up call for him.
That's what I'm saying. How it's going to work with Marcus Smart.
It's going to work well. It's going to work well. Because Marcus Smart, I don't think he's going to be opposed to pulling bench. He just came off being the defensive player of the year. Last year's defensive player of the year. But I can also see him starting as a 2.
Right.
I can also see
John Morant starting
either or. I can see Marcus Smart or John Morant starting at the 2.
Yeah, that's how I think they're going to switch it.
I think Desmond Bain is going to be the one that I don't want to say that
comes off the bench.
He's the one that might have to sacrifice the most as far as changing his game. Marcus Smart is going to put himself in a position that's going to make you question: should I start you? Should I start Ja? Or should I start Desmond? Ja is definitely going to start eventually, but don't let Marcus Smart come in there with a certain type of energy that makes you question it at first. But Chris Paul gets traded. A lot of people talking about Damian Lillard.
Yeah, because Dame, he's like, because people tired of him like, bro, are you going to go away or are you not? Are you going to move from Portland? Whatever.
That ain't fair to him, though.
Cryptic messages and things.
I don't think he's been cryptic, though. I think he's been very straightforward. Dame has said he wants to stay in Portland, but he wants to win. He's made that be known. He wants to win, and he wants to stay in Portland. So when people say, make your mind up, that ain't on Dame. That's on the front office. That is on the front office to do.
Yeah.
I feel like they're 5 years too late.
And they in too
ain't nowhere he can go outside of the Lakers, Warriors, and Denver, where he can, or Milwaukee, where he can instantly win a ring. But to put this all on Dame, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
For me, like, I've been thinking about this in my head. I be playing GM in my head. You got Dame, you got the number 3 pick in Scoot Henderson, and you got a aspiring contract with Jeremy Grant. If you want to keep Dame, this is what I'm thinking in my head. Hopefully someone hears this. If I want to keep Dame, I'm looking at the Raptors. What y'all want for Pascal Siakam? If y'all want to build y'all team around Scotty Barnes, give me Siakam for a Jeremy Grant sign and trade.
Why would the Raptors build around?
Because he's a Ben Simmons, LeBron James type of dude. He can score a little bit. He can rebound a little bit. He can assist a little bit.
107 times.
Right. So that's why they want to build around him. If this is what you want to do, give me Siakam because he's a number 2-3 option, and I give you Jeremy Grant sign the trade. I'm looking at the Chicago Bulls. I will give you Scoot. I will give you Simmons. Give me either Levine or give me DeRozan. That gives you Damian Lillard, DeRozan or Levine, and Pascal Siakam. But I'm not through yet.
Hey, Chris Middleton. I'm looking at Levine.
Chris Middleton is still a free agent.
Yeah, he didn't opt in.
You overpay him. You chalk it up this year. You overpay everybody. You get Siakam. You keep Lillard. You get either Levine or DeRozan, probably DeRozan. And you got Lillard, DeRozan. You try to sign Middleton, and you get Siakam. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me in the West outside of the Suns and the Nuggets and maybe the Kings that's not a good team to try to contend with. That's a good squad right there. Damian Lillard, DeRozan, Pascal Siakam, and hopefully Chris Middleton. Mm-hmm. But what was you just saying about somebody?
They said New York Knicks looking at Levine, supposedly.
I looked at something on Bleacher Report. Shout out to Bleacher Report. Zach LaVine doesn't want to go to the Knicks.
Okay. I heard they was like, trying to get him.
But the Portland are in a pretty good position. They don't have assets like the Cavs have assets. But
the thing with Portland is like they even more smart market than Cleveland. And
absolutely.
I don't think nobody want to go there.
I would put Cleveland in the same market as Miami.
Yeah, we're actually not small. We're medium size.
Right, and it's just like Miami.
We like us, Miami.
Miami's people consider Miami a big market because it's Miami, but in all actuality,
it's a medium market.
It's a mid market.
Yeah, like the big markets, New York, LA, Chicago.
I wouldn't even consider Chicago a big market because people, if that was the case, people would have went there. I say New York.
I think people just afraid to live up to legacy of what was established.
I say New York.
Yeah.
I say L.A.
Right.
And that's it.
Not the Warriors? San Francisco?
No. Yes. California.
All of California. Except for the Kings. And I'll probably put Dallas, maybe?
No. Because people would have been there. Luka wouldn't be going through what he's going through.
There's another big market team. I can't think of it, though.
New York.
Boston.
Yeah. What's next up, though?
So, man, more information coming about with Jonathan Majors and these allegations. It looked like the defense got enough evidence for him to be like this shit wasn't true, not guilty. So now the trial's been scheduled for August 6th. I guess he hasn't been indicted or anything, but the trial, like I said, has been scheduled for August 6th. But there's more info coming out. That his girl was drunk, slipped and fell. Also, it's coming out. They have many testimonies and witnesses from people who was at the apartment, from the drivers and people on the street who took pictures. And at the same time, that the NYPD was acting a little bit racist towards him because they couldn't believe that when he called, he was in his apartment. So it's a lot of these coming out. There's
Let's talk about this, and hopefully this can be one of the shorts we can put on social media. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, you see on social media talking about, I wish my nigga had his own house. I wish my nigga had X, Y, and Z.
I know where you're going with this already.
A, B, C, and D.
Right.
Even earlier on this segment, as men, we took accountability in relation to our egos. Mm-hmm. Now it's time for this podcast to go on the other route. What's going to happen to her?
Right.
As women, y'all know, y'all have people in y'all gender that do things to try to put themselves in a better light or in a better position to have money. Let's just keep it real. Y'all are about the money, and I respect it. As men, we put y'all in this position to be this savage. However,
at the same time,
this woman has shown you that she is a liar, and that she is trying to sabotage. She is trying to sabotage this black man and his success. What is going to happen to her?
Absolutely not.
What is going to happen to her?
And that's what I want to
say. As black men, granted, we know it's some ain't shit black men out here, but we are jabbed and punched in the face as far as that goes. As far as how ain't shit we really are.
Right.
Now let's talk about it. There are women out here that are gold diggers. There are women out here that will do anything to put themselves in a position to succeed. Whether that means, I found me a good nigga with some money or some shit going sour, I need to try to grab half of that shit. And that's why now it's like she done caught up in her lies. What the fuck gonna happen to her? I need the black women I need the women coalition to come together and hold her accountable. How you expect us to hold ourselves accountable?
And then that's why I want to interject real fast. Like both men and women are like able to like do great good and great evil. Like we can't just keep doing
absolutely. It shouldn't be a gender thing. It should be a human thing.
Yeah.
Like it should be okay for like it shouldn't be man should be this, woman should be that. Because we're in a place in America, at least in America, where men are trying to be traditional and women are trying to be traditional. So if that is the case, why aren't we all trying to treat each other like human beings?
And then at the same time too, as well. Damn, what was I about to say?
I was waiting on this topic.
But
she should be held accountable. She just said these things about this black man that are clearly coming out to be not true. You done cost this man millions.
And I understand because in the Me Too movement, we have to like believe in what they're saying first and things of that nature. But in this situation though, like we don't know these people, and you have people just sticking up and stuff and things like that. Like let's just wait till the evidence come out and hear like more of the situation of what went on, then we can like provide our judgment. People be so upset because people just want to wait till somebody's
and this is the thing though, guilty. Because and let's just call it what it is. Because men have ruled the world for a long period of time.
Yeah, like you said, it's our fault.
It's our fault, and I've been saying that for a very long time. It's our fault what's happened right now. However, women, y'all always pride yourselves on doing it better than the men. Do it better than the men then.
Right.
Hold yourselves just as accountable as y'all do us men.
Yeah, because a lot of times they've been back flipping and doing all the stuff to avoid.
Anytime a man does something, it's just judging.
Right.
But a woman does something similar, they're giving grace, and I understand why.
Yeah,
we created this narrative.
We definitely did.
However, if y'all pride yourselves on doing this better than us,
then do it better
than us.
Right.
I need to see more women coming out like, why y'all do this black man like that? You already know they hard. They few and far to find. Let's stop bashing the ones that's doing right by us. But that's just me.
You make a great point, bro. Like, definitely. For real. But, like I said, the trial's August 6th. And it seems like a whole bunch of evidence on the defense side to prove that he's innocent.
Shout out to you, Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
Your name means God's gift in the Bible. A gift from God. I used to not like my name. But I was in an Uber car. And the lady was like, you know what your name mean in the Bible? And y'all know me, I'm big on there's a higher power, but I'm not big on religion. And I looked that shit up and I was like, oh, your name mean gift from God. Yeah. I looked that shit up, like that shit said gift from God, God's gift. And I just instantly just felt this sense of just, what's the word I'm looking for? the sense of duty. Right, thank you. The sense of responsibility, the sense of duty. And just to see you coming out from this, like, and there's a great chance that you're most likely innocent from this, like, good for you. Like, all black men don't cheat. All black men ain't shit.
I just say, man, just stay away from those white women. Like, that's all I gotta say, bro.
I got a whole opinion about that. Maybe we need to talk while black uncut. Maybe we need to talk while black uncut because I got a whole opinion about our opposite demographic, the Caucasian persuasion.
Yeah. I'm not saying that, but like,
after dark,
right? Talking about black after dark, we extra black.
Right.
Purple while black.
See you in the dark. Dr.
Umar.
And he turned it, as more information comes out, bruh. Dr. Umar low-key coming out to be like, damn, you was really that guy.
Yeah, some of those times.
You came out, some information came out that kind of bashed you, but it's low-key like, damn.
Yeah, I think that shit set him back about, like, not put, like, where you putting that money to, bro. Like, you not putting that money to the school.
But to be fair, he said he was talking to black contractors, black plumbers, black X, Y, and Z to create this school. And they was dicking him. They was trying to spin him. But he went to the white man. That shit done in 2-3 days. That's the disappointing part about our culture. Like, we pray,
we pray on ourselves.
But to be fair, I always remember.
Just don't know better.
Exactly. And that's what I always try to bring myself to. Like, we've been, not even just that, like, we've been institutionalized to act a certain way, to keep our head down. And the people that do hold their heads up is more so on the, I need to work. I need to be the one to do this versus I see another black man doing something, I gotta blow down on him just because. You feel me? I see that a lot.
That's just like when we went to, one night we went to Wendy's one day. There was some, little black kids on the drive-thru and stuff like that. Oh, we closed. Google says y'all still open. Oh, okay, I'm just playing. Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, in that type of setting, like, you just say that so you don't want to work and make this food.
We're so institutionalized to just beat ourselves down. Because Lord knows if that situation would have happened, you would have presented yourselves with that Caucasian accent.
Right.
They wouldn't have felt the need to say, oh, we're still closed.
Right.
We got a lot of work to do in the community, and I think as men and women, we sometimes forget that. It's a lot of work. And to think this shit's going to happen over 20 years is asinine. What's next up, though?
On a lighter note, I don't know if it's a lighter note. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. The Titan submersible from Oceangate.
I'm not going to lie. I don't get the jokes. People died.
I'm kind of lost.
I get it if you're a conspiracy theorist. I get it if you're a conspiracy theorist and you feel like some things may have,
I don't think, like, people talking about how this is distraction and stuff like that. But I don't think, because it's like, people can multitask and things of that nature. At the same time, too, the only reason why it's been, like, talked about so much is because we are making the jokes days after days after days. So the media is definitely going to keep talking about it.
I guess for me, the joke should have came from an end when we found out these people died.
Yeah.
Whether you're a conspiracy theorist, whether you jokey, once you found out some people lost their lives, and even still, it's like,
I think we're just so desensitized to these days. But at the same time, people was like, well, we make jokes about, they're joking about the situation than the loss of life, supposedly.
But they're not black.
You can't.
And
they're not black.
And then at the same time, too, we're so disgruntled. Like, the world system is so fucked up. Like, when shit happens to wealthy people, we're just like,
but they're not black.
Yeah.
And I'm talking specifically to the black culture. Black people, we make a joke out of everything.
Right.
Like, if you died in a certain fashion, we'll make a respectful joke. Black people understand, like, the joke gonna come. But they're not black.
Yeah.
Why are we joking about this?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying, because they're rich and wealthy. And they want to go down.
The shit's weird to me. My personal opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if they hoaxed all this shit just to run away and just create a new life. Mm-hmm. But you know, they call it conspiracy theories, but to be honest, in America, can you really like?
And that's what I was just trying to figure out. Like, why are we making this? We so desensitized to it. Even when the Queen of England died, I know, like,
no, different.
That was different.
It was different.
Okay.
English. I mean,
I know about the stuff.
She's all white money. She's all racist. Mm-hmm. It's different. These are just people.
But I'm not going to make jokes about it, though.
People made jokes about it, and I was okay with it because we already knew where she stood as far as the black people and the white people. Mm-hmm. These millionaires, these billionaires that went down overseas in this underwater.
I'll just make a joke about death, period. Like, she was racist or anything, like I was raised, but that's what I'm saying. Like, anything when somebody died.
Who say it wasn't a billionaire that got this motherfucking thing spent off? And
but it was. This nigga created a little Titanic thing, made all of them sign waivers. So it ain't like he can be sued after all of this.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, and that's one of the things. But you know, I'm with Joe though, like on the joke stuff, like. And I kind of feel like that's an excuse that we always throw up now. Oh, we desensitized. No. At the end of the day, you know what you're doing. Like, at the end of the day, you know what's respectful and what's not. At the end of the day, if you watch that article and they tell you, you know, you watch the news report and they tell you the young kid did not want to go. He was petrified of going, but he went anyway because for Father's Day gift for his dad.
Yeah.
And you don't feel no kind of
remorse?
Yeah, like just because.
To be fair, that's what people say.
But I'm gonna say this. What I think it is the need to be popular and the need to be engaged and to become somebody. So everybody just thinking, oh, I'm gonna come up with the funniest joke, bro. I'm gonna find the funniest picture that I can say look like the submarine. Or you know, just because you want to capitalize on it, basically.
Speaking of engagements, like people just doing stuff, it was people just saying like, "Oh, I see y'all talking about Cinco de Mayo, but y'all don't talk about Juneteenth." Like, where have you been these past couple of years? How Juneteenth been so popular?
Oh, Juneteenth has come along
for real.
Fireworks and barbecues and stuff like that.
We made Juneteenth popular before they made it a national holiday.
If
anything, we're pushing back. I love us.
We're pushing back
because we're pushing back on it being a national holiday. Because y'all are doing it for disingenuous reasons.
Capitalize on
niggas got Walmart plates out here saying happy niggas.
And it's like, and that's what people was like, you just doing this shit for engagement, and it's like, it's not even Monday yet. It was Saturday, you saying this shit. Like, and in the morning, like, damn, can I get out of my pajamas first? And stuff like that. Right. You saying this is for engagement. And there was another thing I saw about engagement, like people was talking about DC Young Thugs eulogy.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's just weird. Or whatever, saying like, do you really even talk about this person and stuff like that and things of that nature?
You talking about Azalea?
No.
The eulogy of his when he went to
the funeral.
What was he talking about?
He was just talking about like, you know, I would have more kids with you or something like that, things like that, and then. You know, but
why are we?
Why are you making thick pieces from eulogy?
As human beings, and
then you're breaking that down like this man grieving his own way.
Exactly.
And you don't even know him.
As human beings, why are we nitpicking or trying to depict how this man is expressing himself through sorrow? Like, we already know it's going to be emotional.
Right.
Why are we even trying to create a dissertation?
Because that's what certain people wake up and feel that they got to do.
Okay, but you look at this person's Twitter who said that, and they do nothing but man bash anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just like, bro, like, just come on. And that's like what I was trying to say before, like just trying to do things for just engagement and things of that nature. Like, but with the Titan thing and Oceangate, that shit even looked funny. To begin with, though, that shit was just the two. They was both from just the outside. They had a Logitech PS2 controller. And if you know the things about Logitech controllers, that shit is just.
If Elon Musk could do it, I can do it too.
But to be honest,
they charge like
I ain't gonna lie though. Like, I did laugh at quite a few of the jokes.
Absolutely,
I definitely did laugh. Like, but did I feel some type of way? I'm not sure
Wasn't that a quarter million ticket to get that bad boy?
$2,500.
That was the crazier part too, bro. I'm paying $2,500.
And this shit not even safe.
I'd rather go in space than the bottom of the ocean,
bro. I always said that shit. I don't fuck with sea life.
I'd rather go to the tip of space than the bottom of the ocean.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but, right. It's so many factors. Right. Negative.
But what's next up, Fred?
Wow.
But yeah, that's why I was always stuck in the middle. But also, so Trump is trying to run again, even though he's indicted. I don't know how that's going to work out, but he thinks he can just run.
So
bro, he just got indicted.
These are fake
charges. I ain't gonna lie.
37 more charges, bro.
I don't like Trump as a human being.
He about to start a record label.
However, like I was talking to a barber about this shit. I was talking to my barber about this, and he was just saying like Trump has done more for people than Obama. When he first said it, I'm like, nigga, you tripping. But as he started to explain some shit, I was like, well, you got a point. But on the flip side, it's like he had to deal with COVID, so he had to leave where to do that shit. Give everybody $1,500. Give most people $3,500 after that or whatever it was.
Yeah.
After that. As a human being, is this the person you want to rule the free world? Granted, he got some shit done. But as a human being, is this the person you want to rule as the free world?
But on the flip side of the stuff he got done, though, bro, I mean, there's evidence that he committed treason to even become the president, though.
You see it.
There's evidence
Mexico,
that he used Russia. Russia hacked us, which is treason for him to win.
Even the border shit, the shit that made him who he was, the border shit. If you go down to Mexico or whatever the fuck the border at right now, you're gonna see tons, immense equipment just boxed up, hasn't even been opened, hasn't even been used yet.
Right.
Like it's just sitting there. Millions spent just for it to sit there in the sun.
It ain't gonna sit there too long.
It's been there since he's been gone.
Yeah.
Oh, they just ain't hit the border yet and got that shit.
No one's first off, no one's gonna pay niggas to move the shit.
No.
And niggas not gonna move that shit without being paid.
You're right.
So it's just the border of Mexico, that wall that he tried to do, the little fake wall that they got right now.
And shit ain't working.
This shit ain't working, and you just got boxes
of shit.
Just sitting there. Telescopes.
Mexico used that shit.
Goggle, bruh. It's too much.
On their side.
Granted, I'm pretty sure a lot of that shit. I'm pretty sure a lot of that shit.
Over there, they gonna seal that.
Listen, I'm pretty sure a lot of shit's already
back to us.
It's been at least what 8 years, 4 years,
back
8 years.
Right.
At least 4 years since.
Yep. Back to
3 years. Excuse me. It's been 3 years
Half
since. It's been 3 years since Trump's not been there. I'm pretty sure some of that shit's been sold.
Yeah.
However, millions have been spent on this wall.
Yeah.
Right.
That shit's sitting there.
But that's what America does.
Spend money. You know what? Never mind.
There's still a lot of homeless
Chalk it
people.
up. Still got homeless people. We still inviting people.
Detroit still ain't got no water.
Right.
Still inviting people. We gonna get them.
We got all these abandoned buildings here. Like shit. Nobody.
Start with home first.
America, we weird. What's next up?
So the USDA approves first lab-grown chicken in the United States.
So, fun fact. They got some scientists over in Asia. I'm not going to say China, Japan, but in Asia. Creating...
In Singapore.
I'm not what you're saying, but just you got people in Asia creating clones out of same-sex rats. Like 2 million rats are creating more rats.
Yeah.
Yeah, look it up.
They huckabucking.
Right.
What I say about this is just like,
pause.
I understand you want to like try to eliminate all these different carbon fruit parts and carbon footprints and world hunger and things of that nature, but I think it's been shown as a pattern. Like the more processed stuff we do, lab grown shit we do,
the worse it is for us
in the long run. Like shit, like people getting cancer now at a younger age and things of that nature and shit like that. Like I understand.
Why does it have to be meat? Why can't you do this same energy with a tree? I low-key feel like that would be healthier.
Yeah.
Like,
well, there's also the thing about that with GMO vegetables and fruits, genetically modified.
I'm not talking about modified fruits.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
the actual tree.
Like, just like they're cloning rats. Just like they're creating artificial meat. Why not do that with fruit
and trees?
Like an artificial tree that creates fruit, that creates oxygen at a faster pace than typical trees. Why you can't do that with trees and fruits?
Right.
Like, I low-key feel like that'd be a healthier, like, granted, if fruits are up here and you have artificial fruits and it's down here, I feel like it's not that big of a drop-off from real meat and then fake meat.
Right, what they taking the rubber ducky and shooting that shit with juice and then out the chicken?
Right.
Like, what?
Watch out for Rick and Morty meat.
Is made by feeding a mix of nutrients to animal cells in stainless steel tanks.
Stainless?
Oh, no, bro.
By feeding a mix of nutrients,
make it more durable.
So, if science is the science,
turns it to meat produced by killing animals, which is a large carbon footprint.
So, if science is supposed to science how it needs to science, we already say water and plastic is bad.
Right.
But we gonna create meat from steel.
Right.
And think that shit's like, make it make sense. I feel like this isn't a better route. I just think this is a different route.
Just a separate route. And like I said, like, it comes to show, like, wherever these things we do try to create shortcuts, it just in the long run shows that it affects us in a different way. Like, I don't think, like, can we just go back to grass fed?
Right.
Like it's supposed to be.
Eating animals. And then work on different, I guess, guidelines and rules in these slaughterhouses and things of that nature.
Actually,
yeah. Why don't we just do it that way? And then abide by them. Still trying to do this. I don't know. So Netflix released Skull Island. This is the first series of their, like, monster universe. I looked at the animation style of it. I saw, like, maybe the first couple minutes. I'm like, okay, I could get into this. It was late last night though, and I was like about to go to sleep. I was like, I'm gonna watch it today.
Wait. Breaking news: Derrick Rose becomes a free agent. New York Knicks declines his team.
He was
option.
just like a Make-A-Wish teammate on.
Yeah,
anyway.
I just wanted to throw that out there. But go ahead, Fred.
That wasn't my original joke. Wow, that's what they were saying. He was like a Make-A-Wish kid.
What was he?
Shots fired.
Hey, he was pretty good when he was here.
Yeah, he was.
He was. I was a quick stand.
Thanks, Kobe.
But he wasn't going nowhere with that, though.
I don't know. Could have gave him a little chance. They could have did something.
Just
like D Rose.
Should have just got rid of Crowder. Right? I was about to say, because he was definitely.
And we had D Wade. What's about time?
That's so wild that we had. We going up on a tangent, but that's so wild that we had Dwayne Wade as a Cavalier.
Yeah.
It's what we do.
Right.
So Cavalier.
The Skull Island.
Yeah.
Skull Island. I guess me and Chuck the only ones that saw a couple episodes.
Couple.
I've been saying. It said episodes. We're on episode 5, maybe episode 6.
Oh, nice.
8 episodes. Though?
Yeah.
That's the one thing. Sorry to interrupt. That's the one thing I love about Netflix, bro. You getting the whole season, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not getting 2 episodes.
But they do the other shit too, though. Like certain. They don't do it everything, but certain shows,
TV shows,
you get half of it.
Vinland Saga 2. They only give you episodes every Monday. Mm-hmm. So certain shit that they do,
Netflix.
Right? So it's only certain. They don't do it in abundance like HBO Max. Like Max, like Peacock and Disney,
and now Prime.
They don't do it like them, but they do it with certain shit.
They not getting out they hook.
Netflix is still. I've been saying this shit. You can check the other podcasts. I've been saying this shit for a long time. They have an algorithm with how they do this shit. Summertime, this is the time where they about to push some shit. They done pushed the Skull Island, Black Mirror coming out, some other bangers coming out this summer. They're gonna get real shitty in August and September. But October, November, they're gonna be thumping.
And it's crazy though too because they introduced that household shit with the passwords and things of that nature, and the subscribers.
And it ain't stopped.
After so many talked about the shit. I'm canceling.
Jared told me back in the day it was gonna be an issue when they did it, but then what?
No, I'm saying the money's gonna, but they still in debt though. Because
who ain't in debt?
Because they're not making no returns. They're not making no returns.
American dead right now.
Hold on, but they're not making no returns on like this subscription stuff as they want.
And actual returns and profits.
But I'm just saying, just think of the other.
You want 30, you get 25.
No, but just like it's like HBO Max and things of that nature, or like Disney. At least their stuff goes to the box office first. And then
to be fair,
the subscription model is not as sustainable.
To be fair, Disney is box office. They in the movie theaters. They own ESPN.
Or the same time too, if we talk to like video game with subscriptions like the Xbox Game Pass and what PlayStation's doing, like
what they got to do with Netflix.
But I'm saying they got a subscriber thing, and it shows that subscription services are not as sustainable. They're not as sustainable. You losing more money in the long run.
Are they losing money? Like I just need to know how much they losing. Because if your goal is
constantly losing money, Netflix is constantly losing.
If your goal is 30 and you making 20, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
I mean, maybe at first, but now since they creating all this original content, that's where they're losing their money.
I mean, outside of Disney, who's really profiting off of original content?
But that's why they have the box office stuff to see the future with them and Max,
right?
And Peacock,
but as far as streaming
and Hulu,
I do feel like Netflix is number one.
It's number one, but I'm saying they losing a lot of money though.
They losing a lot of money, but if you pushing out 100 mil and you want 150 back, but you getting 120 back, what's the real problem?
It's not like they're getting 120 back. It's more like they're pushing out 100 mil, but only getting like 30 back.
I don't believe that. I feel like that might be America, but Netflix is across the world.
That is true.
So I really want to see.
That's why I said they're bleeding a lot of money, and that's why they cancel shit just like that, just right now.
But I respect that though.
Yeah.
Because that's how I feel like Portland should have did. when they felt like this is how Portland was. Oh damn, Nurkic hurt. Let's try next year. Oh damn, McCullum got hurt. Let me finish. Oh shit. First year, Portland like really putting this squad together. Oh shit, Nurkic hurt. This is year one.
Yeah.
This is when they actually figure out this is what they want to put out to the public. Oh shit, Nurkic hurt. Let's wait another year. Oh shit, McCullum got hurt this year. Let's wait another year. Damn, Nurkic got hurt again. Let's wait another year. Oh damn, Dame got hurt. Now we gotta wait another year. That's 5 years. You feel me? I kind of same thing. You feel me?
But that's all I'm saying is like
I would love to see the numbers of this shit.
They bleeding money too much, and then at the same time, I'm not saying they don't have go to stuff that comes out, but I'm just saying they bleeding a little bit too much. But at least like what the other companies, they can recoup some of their revenue for putting the.
I need to see the numbers. They bleed money out, but I need to see the numbers.
I think because they made so much great money before they start making original content so much.
That's where they took the L at when they was just open.
I don't think they taking L's.
They took the L with the whole Oceangate because some of the stuff that they was signing, it sounded cool, but once you got it going, like that one show that was doing the reality modeling ended up being kids or something like that. We talked about a few podcasts back.
Yeah,
shit like that, and certain shows wasn't flying because of the results, the reaction. You know what I mean?
We also got to put this into consideration. We're a different type of audience than the typical traditional audience.
Yeah, that's true too. But at the same time, I mean,
I would love to see the numbers.
Like
I don't think Netflix is losing money. I don't think they're making the money that they want to make. Mm-hmm. Like they want to make I'm just throwing random numbers out there. They want to make 150 mil, but they only making 120 mil, but they only pushing out 100 or 90. Mm-hmm. That's what I feel like. I don't feel like they're going in debt, because if they were going in debt, a lot more shit would be going out of, a lot of... I respect Netflix because they cancel shit when it shows that it ain't working. Mm-hmm. I respect that part.
So,
but what's next? What we watching?
Well, with that, we had the One Piece with Netflix. We had the One Piece trailer come out. I don't know if you saw that.
Netflix. No, as much as I just gave Netflix their props, when it comes to anime,
live action
I feel like no.
From anime.
When it comes from anime in general, whether it's live action, whether it's the anime product, the cartoon anime, Netflix slips. They have a few hits. DNA. What's the dragon one where they killing dragons and cooking them?
Yeah, that was crazy.
JoJo. They picked up JoJo. They got a few bangers. They got a few bangers. But as far as consistently pushing shit out, Netflix doesn't succeed.
You like what's that one shit? High Rise Assassin or whatever.
I don't like it. So this is me like doing the negative. Like Netflix don't know how to push that anime shit.
Yeah, I feel like they try too hard with these anime adaptations. It's just not gonna work.
They did Attack on Titan. That shit was ass.
That wasn't even Netflix though, wasn't it? That was somebody else.
But they put it on there.
I just saw a still shot.
So
of
9 times out of 10.
No.
So 9 times.
That shit would not work live action at all.
So 9 times out of 10, they bought it from them. Because Netflix has shown that they will spend bread on shit.
All right, but have you seen the One Piece trailer though?
I have, and I don't like it.
You don't like it? I see it
Full
was
Metal
better
Alchemist.
than most.
Full Metal Alchemist was ass.
I know Death Note was
Attack
ass.
of Titan was ass. Death Note was ass. It was some few more. Rurouni Kenshin was ass. Like
Cowboy Bebop.
Ass.
Yeah.
I mean, it may be working overseas on the Netflix side there, but it ain't working.
And the only way it's working over there because they're creating jobs over there. That's the only reason it's working over there. It's because they're creating jobs over there.
But it don't fly over here, man.
But also they release still images for the Avatar: The Last Airbender.
So pre-pro, we be texting in our group chats. The shit looked ass when Jared first sent it. But Jared had to zoom in and show some shit, and it was like, okay, this shit do look hard.
Yeah. My only complaint though is that the outfits for Sokka and Aang and all of them, they look a little bit too clean. They don't look like niggas wear these every day. But maybe that could be like altered with visual effects. That's the only thing. I said like it looks a little bit too clean. And sometimes like what you said too, the shit don't need to be exact the same as the animation. Right. For real, to look.
We'll find out how it know it next Comic-Con
because like that bright orange on Aang and stuff like that.
It ain't working.
I don't know. I mean, he looks like him. I said they look the same. They look cool, and they're not whitewashed. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Like I said, we will see how that will come to. But they only released a little bit in like a trailer and things of that nature. I guess the big thing is just like, CGI is always way.
Make it or break it.
Like the best use is CGI. It's like if you're trying to make a street look longer in the background, that's the best. But to see people interact with these elements, how good is that going to look in CGI? Like I said, some things can only work in animation. So hopefully they prove us wrong with this. Like Attack on Titan, like I was talking about. I was just saying that should never been live action either. Because like I saw a still image of like a Titan from Attack on Titan. I'm like, ugh.
Bro, I actually see it, and I watched. We watched like 10 minutes of that live action movie.
Which one?
Attack on Titan.
For
Funimation.
The visuals were there, but storyline, like
I know the storyline was completely different as well. But yeah, we'll see how Netflix does with Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Labor Day picnic.
Disney released Secret Invasion. It stars Samuel L. Jackson's back as Nick Fury, Ben Mendelsohn as Talos, and also we have Daenerys, aka Stormborn, aka the Breaker of Chains, aka the Mother of Dragons, aka Emilia
Sarah
Clarke.
Connor.
AKA I look so sexy with white hair. But you put
Sarah
my
Connor
on.
Sarah Connor.
She's in there too.
I'm super mid.
And I ain't even about to. I hate to spoil it, but damn, Maria Hill took L's in that bitch. I'm sorry.
She definitely took L's.
She
came back real fast. She was just
Nashi on a t-shirt.
Nashi on a t-shirt. Damn. It seems cool. Everybody talking about saying how washed Nick Fury is. You know, you just came from space. You used to be 3 steps ahead, but now you like trying to catch up. Nigga.
I mean, get this guy a break. I mean,
can I get my beers first? I was in space for the last couple of years.
He coming in on some motherfucking Sergeant Marchand.
For 3 years,
for this
I was
shit.
a snap. Like I was one of the ones that got gone. 3 years, just sitting in a black area, just
Right.
and I come back and we fighting. Then the shit over, and you expect me to just live? Make it make sense.
Yeah. But man. But it seems like a promising start.
Yeah.
This has been the first Disney show I have watched since
Moon Knight.
Not Bill.
I didn't even finish Moon Knight. So if you're talking about a series I complete, probably Loki.
Midnight.
Oh.
Moon Knight.
Midnight.
Not midnight.
I was so mad, bruh. You understand how hype I was for Moon Knight?
Midnight.
And that just went. Yeah, you right.
I only saw like
My
the first 3
God.
episodes.
Emphasis on the mid.
Like, actually, this is the first time I turned on Disney Plus in a minute just to watch something.
Mid with 2 double D's.
I did see some Ant-Man Quantumania. I ain't finished it though. But like, just to sit down and watch one of their
That's
shows.
also Malcolm
I
in the Middle.
haven't even watched any of the Star Wars shows for real lately.
Thank God for Jonathan Majors because that movie was Malcolm in the Middle.
That's why I was gonna. And I heard that movie is all about just white people being nosy coming on this man's home, and that's why he's just like.
I'd be highly upset too if people coming on my home.
Yeah, just being nosy. And so that's one of the main reason, like, for real, like, y'all being nosy and stuff.
Excuse me.
I'm just trying to live my own life.
Right.
And y'all come invading my peace and shit like that. So, yeah, but Secret Invasion seems pretty cool. You know.
I'm excited. I'm more excited than Quantumania.
Yeah. I still gotta see whatchamacallit, Guardians of the Galaxy. I've been behind the Marvel stuff.
I have to. I've been more.
Well, y'all know.
Man, I can't believe you still haven't seen No Way Home. Spider-Man.
As long as there's consequences, I'm in. So,
It seems like
in
it.
the first episode, there were consequences. Dire.
Right.
Yeah.
What's next
But can
up,
we
though?
get what's her name in white hair, please?
Who?
What'd you say?
I said, can we get what's her name in white hair, please?
Amelia Clark. What's her play? Her name is Gaia.
Gaia, yes.
Gaia. Or whatever.
Dia, the hair.
Gaia there. Next up, we have Black Mirror, which has been Black Mirroring. Did you see the?
You already know
the
what
first
to
2
expect.
episodes, but the first episode, it was funny. It was.
I've only seen one episode, and that shit, Netflix, they put a hit out on themselves, and I can.
And that's funny. What's it called? Streamberry.
Streamberry.
And it comes on the same way. Doo doo.
And this is what I say: like Netflix know how to hit you with them bangers at the right time.
Yeah.
They gonna be shitty, then they gonna hit you with some bangers. They gonna be a little shitty, hit you with some more bangers.
Like I feel like Black Mirror been missing since like what 2019.
Facts.
For real.
I would have said later.
Yeah, like, honestly. For real, that last season they did was only 3, but to be fair, they did that Bandersnatch Choose Your Own Adventure.
I forgot
Right,
about
that was crazy.
That was pretty dope.
Oh, did you hear Zack Snyder's original plan for the DC universe?
No, what was it?
You're a Kryptonian, you're a Kryptonian, you're a Kryptonian, you're a Kryptonian, like half the people was Kryptonians. Wonder Woman was a Kryptonian. What? Yeah, like so many people was actually a Kryptonian in disguise and things of that nature. I'm like, I'm low-key glad. He did his thing with his version of Justice League, but if you're going to have all these people Kryptonians, like, why? You're going to have...
You didn't read... You didn't read any decent comics.
So you want to have like 20 Supermans out there.
You didn't read the comic books. It's just you don't know about this this universe. Like you don't know about any of this.
Right.
They just hired you on.
Only people should be a Kryptonian is Kal-El, Kira, and Zod.
What you ain't know, either
Wasn't that
Zod
Kira?
or Kal-El was in this bitch creeping
Whatever
around.
Supergirl is, yeah. It's Zod.
Slid down in the motherfucking parties in the
If
Amazon.
you have like 30
knocked
Kryptonians
up
out
4 of them
there,
over there. Bang, bang, giggity.
if you have 30 Kryptonians out there, that shit crazy. That's like 30 Supermans.
Right.
That shit.
They reached out. This number in Kryptonian has been disconnected and no longer in service.
Like, for real, you're going to have Wonder Woman and Kryptonian.
My man was having a hero-gasm.
Bro.
Right.
They must have shot a whole bunch of escape pods out of Krypton when
He did.
blew up. Like,
When he got there.
You be great. You be great.
Escape!
Escape.
Right.
Fly. Me.
But yeah, but I still haven't seen Shazam or Black Adam. I heard Black Adam was, but I heard the fight scenes were pretty good.
Facts.
Hell yeah.
Just like that.
I'd rather just have them at
Damn.
a showdown than this last one.
And that's what's crazy to me. That's why I'm glad the universe is going in a different direction now. Because like, how you make Black Adam? He's like the nemesis to Shazam, but y'all don't even know when they're gonna meet up in the movies together.
Yeah, y'all make him like the anti-hero.
Right.
Y'all make him like
he gonna deal with Superman first.
Right. He gonna deal with Superman first before
Beat the
this.
brakes off
Yeah,
Superman.
We didn't even, we not even gonna call Shazam first. We just gonna call Superman.
Right.
Okay.
Because the cartoon, when they blew down on Superman, he beat the brakes off of him.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Hawkman.
Oh yeah, oh man, he got toasted in the movie too.
Yeah, didn't he?
Moving on though, man. Cross the Spiderverse is doing numbers, man. We seen the movie, me and Joe and Chuck, and man, that's just such a phenomenal movie for real. It does have a cliffhanger that's really good but weak at the same time. But other than that, that's just like a
It was great.
pretty good ass movie for real. Just from just the animation and the art style that they use, and just like all the different art styles. Like you got Gwen Stacy world when it's like the background is like watercolor and stuff, and it's just like constantly changes to her move to like Spider-Punk up here looking like a newspaper clipping or a collage. And
It's a
shit
simple
like that.
fact. What beats the power of family? The multiverse.
To like, man, you just like having the whole thing about just like
Facts.
I got you.
how like what is that, the Indian Spider-Man shit, like how his world look and things of
Right.
that nature, and then
Man,
just
I
going
gotta
to
go
discuss
see this. I'm not leaving.
Candy
Bruh.
Advance and how that shit.
When I
fucks
tell,
you up.
maybe it's because I'm going through some things personally, but that movie was magnificent. Like, I low-key want to give it a 9.8 out of 10. Like,
I gotta go.
if you have epilepsy, don't go see the movie. But if you're looking for an experience, love, action, a bit of realization, that is a shit for
and
you.
just creating your own path. Like fuck what these other people were saying, bro.
Like everybody was trying to spoilers. Everybody was trying to son Miles Morales. Everybody. I'm talking about Gwen, his parents, these random Spider-Man, the villains. Everybody was trying to son
niggas
him.
doing them dirty.
He said,
Like,
Yeah,
this is why I say he needs
they
his own
would.
movie, because why it's like,
Yes, they would.
why you
I've
doing
been
this?
saying
Why
that
you doing
too,
this to
yeah.
little black man trying to be Spider-Man?
Well, at the same time, directors came out and said this is social commentary, because when they first made Miles, people was like, "Oh, he can't be Spider-Man. He not
Yeah.
Spider-Man." Things like that, and this them telling him like, "Well, he's here to stay. He is
Facts.
Spider-Man." Like for real. Like this is a certain sector of fans. We probably already know the pigmentation of these fans in this shit, but this is their commentary to him. Like, nah, this nigga Spider-Man too.
Right, and he
Call
doing
him
his damn
Spider-Man.
thing.
Yeah, he's here to stay.
Self-love. He don't love himself. Trying to love.
And
you.
then at the same time, like listen to the soundtrack, how this shit just even elevates the movie even more.
Man, when I tell you, don't nothing beat Sunflower, but these songs flow together,
And with the movie better.
and it just is a great piece of work.
To like what's happening going on. Like if you watch the movie first and listen to the soundtrack, or in your case, you saw the soundtrack, you heard the soundtrack first, then saw the movie, and I know that just raised the soundtrack even more after you
It
saw
raised the bar
movie.
for me wanting to see the Spider-Man movie. Like, we was doing a podcast last week, and I already heard the soundtrack, and Jared was like, I want to go see the movie. I'm like, man, that shit sound like a great idea. Let me know if you do this shit, because that soundtrack is tough. Like, don't nothing beat Sunflower from the previous movie, but these
Shout out
songs
to
are just
Metro.
as goated. They're
Right.
just not Sunflower.
Shout out to Metro. They didn't trust you, so you cut them.
Bruh, yeah, shout out to Metro, man. Shout out to this movie. Even though, like, it's been some controversy going out about the animators. 100 people had left for, I guess, unsustainable working conditions because they was doing like 7 days, but like 11-hour shifts or 12-hour shifts, something like that. But they were still getting paid. I'm not speaking of, not sure what they was going through.
Right.
But still go see the movie because even people say it themselves, like, we put a whole bunch of hard work into it. And then when you look at this movie, you see, like, I can see why they crunch. They can definitely crunch because it's just so beautiful. Like I said, it's been like, I know Mark for RDC World 1 said this is the best animated film ever. And it's hard to put up there. That's going to take time to process because, a lot of the Disney animated movies are goated. But as far as like, this is probably like the best animated, stylishly, beautiful looking animated movie though.
That's a conversation.
Because it has its own style. But as far as the best animated movie, that's definitely a conversation.
I low-key feel like that's here and now, subjection.
Find out the end of the year when the awards come up, if there's an award for that.
I feel like that's here and now subjection. I got to think about it because, like you said, Disney movies are goated. Shoot, there are random movies that just come out that are animated that are just magnificent visually.
But I say, if you say like its own style, yeah, it's probably the best.
But again, there are movies out there, especially on the anime side, that just come out and you're like, wow. So this is a conversation that sparks debate. I will say that.
But it's definitely good. It looks like he's going to be number one and back to number one again after this weekend, after The Flash and Transformers. And
speaking of which, is there anything else on the topic?
Oh, damn. That's supposed to be with Jonathan Majors.
No worries. I just want to say this. A lot of people are wondering why the Flash movie isn't doing the numbers that it should be doing. Sometimes I feel like it's human nature to not understand human nature. This man kidnapped people. That's why it's not doing
women and children.
This is the reason why it's not doing numbers. I don't understand why these people in the front office are like, oh my goodness, this movie didn't do what it was supposed to do. But you don't hold your actors and actresses accountable. Jonathan Majors' allegations about already lost meals versus this guy, he kidnapped people.
Bruh.
Black phone.
But you see more outrage for, I don't say on social media, you see more outrage for Jonathan Majors than Ezra Miller.
This nigga kidnapped people.
Right.
Like, worst case scenario, he would have been a woman beater. He would have put his hands on a woman. That would have been a narrative for him. This nigga has kidnapped people.
Yeah, plot armor.
Plural.
He definitely has plot armor. And then he's the front face of this Flash movie. They still put it out. That's the sad part.
I'll
say, y'all say cancel. I say at least just put it straight to Max.
I say cancel it. I say cancel it to the fullest. I can't do it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Part of me wanted to go see it, but as we talk more on this podcast,
from what I'm hearing, like, you ain't missing nothing. Like, it's cool.
If it ain't resetting the universe, I don't want to see it.
And I think that must be the thing.
That was just me personally.
Oh,
go ahead.
Well, just to jump to another subject real fast. The Bear's out right now. You see the first episode?
I haven't.
And they dropped the whole season 2 on Hulu. All the episodes are there.
Okay, Hulu 2 points.
So basically, the first episode is like, niggas, we're gonna be calm. We're gonna think this way out and shit like this. Take our time to open a new restaurant, things like that. But their business, he told his business investors, like, give me 6 months. And they're like, okay, we just gonna, stay calm and work this out. And all 3 of them, it's like him, his sous chef. She's not the sous chef anymore. And then his sister, he got his project manager. They all came back at night like, no, we need to open this shit back up fast as fuck. This shit need to get back stressful. Like, it's funny, like, the first episode, everybody just so calm, not yelling at each other, just,
Suck out loud, we back on.
Right. At the end of the episode, like, oh, we gonna, this is a terrible idea, but we gotta do it. This shit funny.
Is that Aaron Taylor Johnson?
No, that's the dude from Shameless.
Yeah.
The brother.
Lip.
They look the same, though. Oh, okay.
I think, Aaron Taylor Thomas is kind of taller.
Now, is this the first season or second season?
This second season.
Second season. So I got to catch up on the first season.
Yeah.
So,
and this is basically about A restaurant? He's running a restaurant?
But that shit's stressful as fuck, though. That shit's so stressful.
But what's next?
Shit. More of the story.
Oh.
We there.
Nice.
For me, moral of the story, Black lives still matter. We got to do better, men and women.
So, Chuck, more of the story.
Still stand by minds, control the narrative. And the weather's been lottery pick numbers. Check it out. And read a book.
Read a motherfucker.
Go to art museum.
Yeah. John, more of the story.
More of the story, man. We gotta start holding these people accountable, man. And when I say these people, that means ourselves also. Man, be there for your children. Point blank, period. As Joe said, they didn't ask to be here. And if you got the financial or whatever you got, bruh, and you can help your children out and get them on the way to create better opportunities and, you know, better mental states and all that stuff for them and your grandchildren, man, do what you gotta do, bruh. Suck it up. Be a man.
More of the story, man. We gotta learn to be more empathetic, man. And be more empathetic in the right situations. We tend to be empathetic in these situations that don't even concern us and things of that nature that we don't have all information about, but we tend to be less empathetic when it comes to loss of life.
Absolutely.
Man, facts.
So, Black responsibly.